In this video, I will show cooling unit webpage interface. Here I use the INROW cooling as an example. Other type units have the same operation. First, we open the rear door. Pull out the electronic control box. And find the network port on the controller. The interface type is RJ45. Use a network cable to connect the controller and the computer directly. The default IP address of the cooling unit controller is 192.168.1.137. Open Network and Internet settings in computer. Get into Change Adapter options. Check network status that connected to cooling unit controller. Make sure that the IP address setting of the computer is also in the 192.168.1 local area network. If not, please set it. Open the browser. Enter the IP address of the cooling unit controller to enter the web page interface. The web interface of the cooling unit consists mainly of a home page, a user page, and a factory page. The home page and user page are the user interface. The contents of the factory page are limited to engineers and many of the parameters are not fully open. Functions that will be utilized by field personnel in specific situations are the setting of IP addresses and upgrade firmware. This section reflects the most critical air temperature and humidity data. This section presents the key parameters of system operation in the form of a refrigeration system diagram. This section presents the status of key system parameters and output devices in tabular form. The next step is to go to the user page, where the password is 4321. The above section is the same as the home page, where the main focus is on observing the response of key parameters after user set something. The section on the right shows the most commonly used settings for temperature and humidity. The bottom section contains additional settings for group, alarms, maintenance, etc. The button on the left is the on/off button. Next we show the on/off function and temperature settings, compared to the display on the air conditioner itself. This is the display of the air conditioner, and we see that the air conditioner is on status. Click on this button and, when prompted for confirmation, click on OK. We can see that the cooling unit display show unit off. To make it look more intuitive, we observe the two windows side by side at the same time. You can see the synchronized changes in the display when the web page is switched on and off. Next, set the temperature settings for the cooling unit and locate the temperature settings section. The display goes to user menu and the password is also 4321. Here we see that the settings on the display and on the web page are the same. Now if we make a setting on the web page, the parameters on the display will follow. And if we make a setting on the display, it will follow on the web page too. This is how to set up the parameters, then go to the factory menu to introduce how to change the IP address. Factory menu password is 1243. This is an engineer's page, without explanation. Then go to upgrade menu. This is the section for setting up the network. The settings are for the IPv4 type and can be set to auto, manual or off. Other information is set according to the field network. Next, show that change IP address to 192.168.1.138. After the successful IP address change, the current web interface cannot be connected because our original login IP address is 192.168.1.137. Log in with 192.168.1.138 reconnected. 192.168.1.137 will not be able to log in. If we change the IP address back to 192.168.1.137, it will become 192.168.1.137 can log in. This is a quick way to set an IP address. There is also an old web interface method of setting an IP address. In Upgrade menu PGD1 page, old web page name PGD page. Press the double selection button, alarm button, and enter button in turn to enter the menu. Go to Settings menu, TCP IPv4 Settings menu. It can change IP information here. After setting done, Update Config here, select Yes. The next validation is done in the same way as before. The next pages are for engineers and will not be explained. It should be noted that if the cooling unit firmware needs to be upgraded, it can be done by uploading a file here. This web interface is a return to the home page. That's cooling unit web page interface introduce.